Thank you, Alokji. Thank you, Greatex. Basically, as Alokji briefed about his journey, I will also brief about my journey. I am born in a very small village, in a small farmer family. Studied on hard ways, did MTech from IIT Chennai, Madras. Joined Indian Railways as Class 1 officer. Served Railways for 17 years and then left. If I had been Railways, I would have been at a secretary level at this point of time. But I chose the hard path instead of a easier path of my journey. We started this Kalyani Castech Private Limited as a small steel foundry way back in 2014 when I left the Railways. In 2022, when people were closing the shop for container manufacturing because they could not compete with Chinese firm, we took the courage and started this Kalyani Castech as a container manufacturing unit. I remember the quote by Minister of Railways, Mr. Srinivasan, when I met him for the first time. He told me that I have seen your presentation many times, I would like to meet you at the earliest. So we met and I made a presentation. And then he said, after listening to the presentation, of course I have got a small factory. He said that your innovative ideas are par excellence. And I am a great fan of Mr. O.P. Jindal, but I found that your innovative ideas are far beyond him. You innovate daily basis and do the simple ideas, how the simple ideas can work into the practical thing that we are into it. So basically journey has been not so easy. We have faced a tough time, but friends like Javed has helped at the right time, and then we could overcome the difficulties in our day-to-day working and in the factory level. I am happy that my family and his family, his newlywed son and son's wife also joined me today. So basically what our contribution has been on the railway sector. In 2006, when I was with the Indian Railways, we started a new concept of double stack container trains so that we could increase the efficiency of the container movement in India. This has saved the Indian Railways by many things. The cost of transportation has been reduced by 25%. So Indian Railways could retain the packaging container segment from various ports in a significant way. The next time was the 2018 when we have developed a very novel idea of transporting polymers from Reliance Jamnagar Industries, and they wanted to move their lightweight cargo into the containers. We developed a dwarf container which can run on double stack on all the Indian railway system, which is not possible for this double stack because this could run only on the diesel section, but there is no HE on the system. So that has reduced the cost of their transportation compared to road by 26 to 30%. So presently 20 trains are running from their facility to various locations in India. Then we have basically entered into how, when we have visited Netherlands in Europe, that multi-logistic that exposure, and then we have presented, and then we found that in the standard containerization you cannot compete with China. So we have to think something in a different way. So what we did that we converted even the standard containers into the containers which can carry more, which have more volumes, and so that the unit cost of transportation can be reduced. So now recently we have developed a container, if you see at the rightmost, which can carry 3 layers of bikes, and in one container we can carry 90 such bikes. So there is no such system in the world which can carry that much of bikes. Idea is to increase the loadability and reduce the net cost of transportation. Then in the next 6 months back only we have produced a container which is made from the stainless steel, so that we can reduce the tear weight of the container and improve the payload of the container. The next in series is the foldable container. You can fold the container when it is empty, and you carry my multi-stack on the Indian railway system. And when you have to carry the load, you can unfold the container. It looks like a container and just left to it. Then recently, on the request of PMO, we have developed a container in whole stainless steel which can transport the salt, because salt is a very corrosive component and normal mild steel cannot work in that. So we have developed a container from the stainless steel which has got life of almost 10 to 15 years while handling the salt. So these are the various contributions from our side, and the journey is still going on because we innovate on daily basis. So this is our company. So we have got the promise to ourselves, but whatever we will do the best in India. So when we started container manufacturing, we were very little, and it was just incidental thing. Then we vow ourselves that we will make the company as the biggest container manufacturing, at least in India. So presently we are the biggest manufacturer of containers in India. So till now we have been working that how, because many of the components were being imported from China even for the domestic container manufacturing. So then we decided that we will not buy a single component from China, and we will develop all the components either ourselves or through our vendors. So the most critical component, if you see a container, there are 8 corners of the container, there is a corner casting on that. So that is the most critical component of the containers. That carries the whole load of the container which is being loaded on this. So we have developed in that steel found which has been given trouble to us, that we have got approval from Lloyd Register UK to manufacture these kind of components in our factory. So we are the only company in India which is approved by the Lloyd Register UK for manufacturing of these components. So almost all of the components which is used in the container are now indigenous. We have developed the dies and given to our vendors so that they can develop for us. So based on these performance, we have been awarded the TTA MSME Award for 24, CNBC SME Award for the Industrial Excellence 25. And the 25 has been a major breakthrough for us. So this is what the dwarf container which I have shown you, that this can have double the carrying capacity. And the most important thing in this we did that the flooring is either the steel flooring in the container or the wood flooring in the containers. We have changed that also. We have used the FRP flooring in these containers so that I can reduce the tear weight of this container by 400 kg and create a space of almost an inch inside the container. So that has not been tried anywhere in the world, and we have been regularly using this in our containers. So these are the basically various type of containers. So this is another new innovation we are entering into it. Till now we have been doing the backward integration. Now we thought if we have to keep growing at 40% level, we have to keep on innovating. So I believe in Jeff because theory that you keep wondering and your intuition may say that this is the product you should enter into. So myself and Javed, last year we have been wandering in Gujarat, just see what are the opportunities we can create. And suddenly we found why not enter into the wagon manufacturing, which will be the forward integration for our container manufacturing. So then we thought we will have to compete because there are not many companies making wagons in India, at least 20 to 21 companies. An idea we thought that we have to do something different. So then what we did that we have submitted our own design of wagons for transportation of containers. So normal wagons which transport containers, they can only do 40 feet containers. They can transport out 220 containers on a wagon. What we did that we have utilized the space available between the couplers of the wagons and then increase 1 foot each, so we can carry 42 feet containers on this. So by doing this, we have increased the volume by almost 16% on the train. And here the volume gain so that you can load more. Another big thing we did is that if you have seen a freight train anywhere, you see there is a guard wagon at the last, that is called the last vehicle of the train. And then that guard wagon has to be centered at every terminal it has to go because it has to come at the back. So to avoid those shuntings and to avoid the cost of the brake van and to use that space of the brake van, we have introduced a small container in which we can house the guard, and all the equipments can be housed out there. So this has created an extra space for the extra wagon. So now our train will consist of 49 wagons instead of 45 wagons at this point of time. So increase the train capacity by 8%, which is a huge improvement in this. So basically now the expansion part, as Mr. Guru, the panelists, they were discussing, I listened very patiently. And then I thought I almost passed all the requirement as a promoter, which an investor says in it. So basically the SIC formula given by Mr. I have forgotten his name, Durrani, yeah. So I like that idea. Basically, we have been growing by 30 to 40% over year and year, and PAT margins are also in the same range. Then another idea was that we have to be consistent in our performance. So without that, I think we have to diversify into various industrial segments, not only the wagon it only, but we have to go for the various industrial segment. So if one segment is poor in a particular year, the other segment can be higher in that. So the performance remains more or less on the increasing side. So in that direction only we have formed a company named KMT Engineering, which is a subsidiary of Kalyani Castel. And we have signed a memorandum of understanding with Gujarat government and Western Railway to develop a facility in Gujarat. The phase 1 cost of that is around 236 crores. So out of that, as I have been discussing with people and the investor community and this thing. So this is the financial prudence which have given the confidence to us. So we are able to generate at more than 120 crore rupees from our funds generated over the period of time. And Mr. Alok is the witness to it. And he has been seeing our company. And then we have been tying up with the banks and all. So we are sure that this phase 1 will be completed by calendar year ending 2026. So another thing is, I just told you that we have received the permission from railways to have a logistic park in our land, which I have been discussing later on. So all railway permissions are with us now. So this is basically another, as I told you, we keep on innovating the ideas, and the ideas come in when you travel, when you discuss with the people, when you discuss various stakeholders. So you developed a container solution for the auto cars, for the 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, and even 3-wheelers, which are much more efficient compared to the existing system on Indian Railways and road. Another idea on which we have applied our design is that presently the main competition of rail is from the road. Roads are becoming more efficient, more good, and the transit times are reducing over the period of time. So railway is losing the sale. Being a railway person, I feel pain when railway loses or when railway is not doing as it is expected from the railways. And I met Minister. He said, what ideas you can give to us? I said, this is an idea which can not only complement with road, instead of competing with road, you just complement with road. So this is an idea why don't you keep the trucks on your railway wagons, so that you can give them the faster transits, better efficiency, and toll without any toll, safety, security, all these railway has got the advantage. So use that advantage and make the road complementing you instead of competing with you. So he liked the idea. So basically, as I told you, that as a part of our expansion scheme, we have procured 150 acres of land in Gujarat, in Kutch area, where if you see the upper part is the railway, and the station from my land, which is starting as a yellow, is hardly 300 meters away. So we have constructed these 2 lines in our land, and the 300 connectivity is pending, which will be completing in another 1 month. And if you see this blue and light blue, there we have set up a container factory, which is almost 80% complete. And the rail line inside factory are also complete. And this is basically we have kept the land for the future expansion. And below you see this is the national highway connecting with our land. So this between rail and land, this 150 acres is basically purchased by Kalyani Castel Limited. And basically this Gujarat government, these people are very, very good in facilitating the business. So all NA, that CLU conversion has been done at the district level itself. So this is basically the progress of the factory. These two lines, if you see, they are inside our premises. And this is the site which is 9,000 square meter, 90,000 square feet. This is almost on the completion. These are the 10-15 days back pictures, so this is almost on the completion. Maximum of the machinery plant required have reached to the company. So basically our target, these are very conservative. Let me tell you, I am a very conservative person. When I do say, I think that 100, we can do up to 150. That is the idea. Basically, I always tell the conservative figure, tomorrow don't cut the sorry figure. So by March 2031, we will be crossing the 100,000 crore revenue, and these are very pessimistic. Another jump, real jump. So when minister came to my factory, at that time my turnover was 11 crore rupees, because we were doing only the foundry part. He said, I wish, he came with 200 LV officers inside my factory to see our innovation thing, and 2021. He said, I wish, Naresh, you grow by 4 times, 5 times. That year we grown really by 400%, because that year our turnover was 50 crore rupees. So by that we have not never looked back, and the revenue has been increasing. So basically idea is that how we can make these things so that we can contribute into the reduction of the logistic cost on Indian Railways, not only Indian Railways, for India, so that our export-import competitiveness is increased and we can compete in the community of nations for our exports and for our imports. That is the idea. I wish I could have taken some questions from the investor community or any